Welcome to the beginning of your guitar journey. My name is Magnus, and I'm excited to be taking you through this course. As we embark on this journey, we need to be familiar with our tools so that we can slay them beasts, so that we can play them riffs and sing them songs. So, lesson number one, we got to know what are we holding and what are the different parts of it. So let's get down to the guitar and let's see what we're doing. So starting off over here, we have a guitar, specifically an acoustic guitar because it's got that hole right there. We got our parts. We got the head of the acoustic guitar, we got the neck, and we got the body. All right, so body, neck, head. Then we got this hole here. This ain't no mole hole, this is a sound hole. And if we didn't have it, it'd be super quiet. It'd be like an electric guitar. It'd just be, the sound wouldn't be amplified. So we have this so it can become louder. Then we have this white part over here. This is called the bridge. Think of it as it's in the back side of the guitar. B for back, B for bridge. Then in the front over here, what do squirrels like to eat? Nuts. If you said acorns, you're a smart dude. But we got the nut. So this other white part is the nut. Everything we play is in between the bridge and the nut. All right? That's everything we play on the guitar. Now, on the neck, we have frets. All the frets together, this is called the fretboard. The fretboard is on the neck of the guitar. And the fretboard is comprised of frets. Now, if you want to be super specific, the frets are actually these metal bars over here. Those are what we call the frets. But that's confusing because whenever we say hold a specific fret, we're really talking about the spaces in between. All right, so this is the space in between, the space in between. So don't think of the metal bars as the fret. Think of the spaces in between as the fret. So we have fret number 1, fret number 2, fret number 3. Count how many frets your guitar has. I'll count mine in the meantime. All right, how many you got? I got 21. Most acoustic guitars have about 21, 17 to 21, somewhere there. Electric guitars have about 22, 24. Okay, so those are our frets, nut, bridge, sound hole, body, neck, and our head right over there. Now, we have 6 different strings, and each of these strings have a name. We say Eddie 8 Dynamite, good by Eddie. Say it out loud. Eddie 8 Dynamite, good by Eddie. And when we say 8, we're not saying like number 8. We're saying 8 like I ate some chili Philly beef burger right over there. All right, so A for 8. So if we take the first letter of each of those words, we have the E string, the A string, Dynamite, D string, good, G string, by, B string, Eddie, E string. We have 2 E strings. This is called the low E, and this is called the high E. Why is this low and this is high when the low string is high up and the high E string is down low? It's because we're not talking about position, we're talking about pitch. In terms of position, yes, it is higher, but in terms of pitch, it is lower. Low E. In terms of pitch, this is higher. High E. Okay? So make sure you know the difference. Don't let that catch you. It actually catches everybody. If it catches you, it's whatever. You'll remember next time. So low E, high E at the bottom. Okay, so we have on our hand that's going to be holding here. If you're right-handed, your left hand will be holding the notes on the fretboard. And your right hand will be playing this. How are you going to remember that? Think of it as if you're right-handed, you write with your right hand. And the pen is going to mimic our pick. Or well, in this case, our pick is going to mimic our pen. Okay, so whatever pen you write, whichever hand you write with, is where you're going to hold your pick. And if you don't have a pick, just use your thumbs. And if you see me strumming with a pick and you still don't have a pick by that time, use your finger. Use the nail of your finger to strum. All right, of your index finger. All right, so the hand that you write with is the one that plays the notes. And the other hand is the one that holds the notes. One plays the notes, one holds the notes. If you're right-handed, your right hand plays the notes, your left hand holds the notes. Okay, now we need to get used to holding a pick. And if you don't have a pick, don't worry too much about this. But if you can get one, go ahead and get one. So point at me like this and then curl your finger in. Kind of like you're making a fist, but not like all of them in the same level. You want to stick your index finger a little bit out. Then you have this joint. You have your knuckles here. A knuckle at the back over here, a knuckle here, then the knuckle that's just before the fingernail. You want to put your pick between the knuckle that's next to the fingernail and the tip of your finger, like right there. Okay? So if that's my hand, boom, I'm gonna put it there. So let's curl up our hand. So boom, put it like this, curl it there, then put the pick between the knuckle and the fingernail. And you want it to be the pointy side of the pick, all right? Don't use the ones that are not as pointy. And right there, you put your pick on and you rest your thumb. Don't poke your thumb like this. Hope you can see it well. Don't poke your thumb. You want to rest your thumb. All right, so let go. Put your hand in. Put that finger out. Put your pick there. Then rest your thumb. And then open up these 3 fingers. So it's like you're holding your pick like that. And another super important thing, you don't want to have too much pick. This is too much pick sticking out. All right, you want to think of it as a pen. You just want the tip of the pen. You don't want, even though it's a long thing, you don't put it all out. You just need the tip of it. All right, so that's how much I got right there. That's how much I got. Hopefully you can see that. Very little pick. All right, so then I open up these 3 fingers and my hand rests on the bridge. You have the fatty part of the hand. You follow your pinky. This part over here, this right here, this is your fatty part of the hand. You put it right over there. You rest it on the bridge, right there. And that's how you play your notes. And if you're using your thumb, it works as well. Okay? Now, before we can actually get to playing anything, we have to tune our guitar. So bust out your phone so that we can tune our guitars. Okay, so on your phone, you want to go to your app store. And if you have an Android, just go to the Play Store and it's the exact same thing. There's no difference whatsoever. Go in and type in Guitar Tuner. Now you'll see this green pick here and it's spelled Guitar Tuna, like a tuna fish. That's the one you want to click on. Download that thing. Alright, so once your app has downloaded, click onto it and you're just gonna bypass every single thing that is over there. You're gonna click past everything. Skip at the top right hand corner. I'm giving you the cheat codes. Click on a guitar 6-string. First time I never played guitar. I don't even know what this is. I want to play song. I want to what? I want to improve my skills. Continue. Skip to tuning. Yes, continue. Okay. Allow. I think. I don't know what I just clicked on. No, I don't want this. Slide to the next thing. Click the X in the top left hand. Boom. Not now. Thank you. Whoa, man. That was like warfare. Alright, so this is easy. All you want to do is tune. Play the string you want to tune. Let it ring. Then you go to your tuning pegs, follow the string. If you don't follow the string, you might end up tightening the wrong string and it'll snap and it'll be a bit of an awkward situation. So play the string that you want to tune and you'll see it shows that red dial. Your goal is to get it to the middle and have it give a nice green clicking sound. Tune it up. There we go. Tune down, this one is too high. No, this has to show the right notes. It has to say A, because we're in the A string. Tune it up. Alright, there we go. Then D says tune up as well. Alright, let's go to the G string. Tune down. Nice. B string, let it ring. Tune it up. So real quick, whenever we're tuning a guitar, if we're too low, what we want to do is we want to make sure we tighten the string so it can go higher. If we're too high, we want to loosen the string so it can go lower. And how are you going to find this out? Your guitar might be different from mine in terms of like how you turn it. So you just have to use your ears, use the app to help you. If you see you're trying to tighten it, but it's getting lower and lower, just move the tuning peg in the opposite direction and you'll be fine. Now once you tune, you always want to double check. And there we go. That's how you tune your guitar. Your tool is sharpened and now it is ready to do some damage. So let's start doing some damage. So I'm gonna give you 4 bits of information, but before we do that, we need to remind ourselves of some basic guitar biology. In biology, you got 5 fingers, but in the guitar, you ain't got 5 fingers, you got 4 fingers. This is a thumb, don't count that as a finger. So you got finger 1, index finger, finger 2, your middle finger, finger 3, your ring finger, finger 4, your pinky finger. Your index finger is also called your pointy finger. So I'll keep switching between those 2 words, pointy and index finger, okay? Middle, ring, pinky. Make sure you know which one's which, because we're gonna need to know where to put them on the fretboard. So I'm gonna give you 3 bits of information. Your finger, the fretboard, and the string. And I want you to put the finger on the right fret on the right string. We're gonna do 5 of these, okay? So starting off, take your index finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the G string. And when you're there, play it. 3rd fret of the G string, your index finger. 1, 2, 3, Eddie 8, Dynamite, good. That's how it should sound like, and we should sound the same because we're both in tune. Second one, take your ring finger and put it on the 6th fret of the A string. Ring finger on the 6th fret of the A string. Eddie 8. Ready? Play. Are we sounding the same? If we are, then you're rocking, man. All right, next one, take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the low E string. Middle finger on the 2nd fret of the low E string. 1, 2, Eddie. That's what it should sound like. Don't put on the high E. Remember, it's low because of pitch. All right, next one. Take your pinky finger and put it on the 11th fret of the G string. G string right over here. Eddie 8, Dynamite. Good. Play. Let's see what it sounds like. Nice. All right, last one. Take your pointy finger and put it on the 17th fret of your high E string. Pointy finger on the 17th fret of your high E string. Ready? Let's see what it sounds like. Right there. Now here's a quick cheat code. When it comes to your notes, these dots are not just there for decoration. They're there so you have a quick way to get to the fret you're looking for. So the first dot is usually the 3rd fret, 5th, 7th, 9th. However, your guitar might have dots in slightly different positions, so you want to pay attention to that. Know where your dots are. Mine are on 3, 5, 7, 9. But on every guitar, you always have the 12th fret with a double dot. The 12th fret is always the double dot, okay? But you might find your first dot starts on the 5th fret, and there's no problem. That doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything inferior, all right? Now, let's get on to playing some of our strings. I want you to put your right hand over on that bridge, grab your pick, use one that's not too thick. I mean, you can use a thick one, it's okay, but don't use one that's too floppy just yet. You want to use a slightly medium one, so like 0.71 is okay. 0.4 might be a bit floppy, but you can still make it work. But 0.71 is a bit ideal, and I'm talking about pick thickness, all right? So put your fatty part of your hand on the bridge, and then just play the strings. Let's play each string 4 times. We're gonna go down motions, just like that. All right, let's go for the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next string. 1, 2. Next string. Next string, G string. Go to the B string. Your high E string. Stay there. Climb back up. B string. If you make a mistake, it's okay. G string. D string. A string. Low E string. Nice. Now we did that with only downs. Now let's do it with ups, using an upstroke. So you're going to take your pick and move it upwards. All right, not down, down, but up, up 4 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next string. 1, 2. Next string. Next string. Now your B string. High E string. Stay on the high E string. Start 4 now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Climb to the B string. Keep your right hand on that bridge. D C string, A string, E string. Nice. Now let's join both those down and up picks. Let's go down, up, down, up. Then we go to the next string. Here we go. Start now. Up, down, up. Next string. Down, up, down, up. Next string. Down. Next string. Next string. Next string. Stay on the high E string, down, up, down, climb up to the B string, to the G string, to the D string, to the A string, to the E string. Nice. Now, quick one. I want you to notice the position of my hand. My hand is coming in at an angle like this. All right, my guitar is resting on my foot. I don't have both feet straight. That is so uncomfortable. I'm kind of swiveled out this way, and this one is rested on this other one. This other leg is all the way out here, not sitting here like a school student, all right? That's a comfortable position. Now, don't let your hand come in at the same angle as the strings. You want to come in at a 45-degree angle from that corner, from the hips. This is the body. You got your shoulder, then you got the hips over here. Come in diagonally from the hips. Don't come in from the back. Don't come in from the waist. Come in from up here. Boom. All right? That's a good position to be in. And you want to rely on your right hand or the hand that's on the bridge to let you know where you are in space. You really want your eyes to be focused on what's going on in the neck. It's like if you're driving a car, you don't want to look at the acceleration pedal and the brake pedal and focus on the speedometer, because if you do that, you probably ain't going to get to where you're going. So you want to know where the controls are, but you want to have your eyes on where you're going. And how does that work? What are the 5 senses of the body? Seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and tasting. We want to rely on feeling on the hand that's playing the strings. We want to rely on seeing for what notes we're holding. However, because this is your first lesson, you will naturally look at the hand that's playing the notes, just because you'll need to correct yourself from time to time. So don't beat yourself up just because you look like, oh no, I shouldn't look. No, look a little bit so that you can get used to it, but eventually rely on the feeling so that your eyes can get here. And when your eyes see what's happening, you get better so much quicker, all right? So, enough about me yapping. Let's learn our first 2 chords on the guitar. All right, so let's start off with our first chord. Take your middle finger and put it on the 2nd fret of your A string. Take your ring finger and put it on the 2nd fret of the D string right underneath it. Then take your index finger and put it on the 1st fret of the G string. So 2nd fret of the A, 2nd fret of the D, 1st fret of the G. And then you're going to strum everything. Notice where I'm strumming from. I'm not strumming in front of the sound hole. I'm strumming behind the sound hole. In front is when you get closer to the head. Behind is when you get closer to the back, to the booty of the guitar. Alright? Sounds nice and bright. Listen to the sound difference. If I go forward versus if I go backwards. Alright? Big sound difference. So here is just a good spot. Even if you play between the sound, just behind the sound hole, but there's not really a bad way or the best way to play it. It's just, for now, this is a very bright area to be in, just right behind it. This is called an E major chord, an E chord. Alright? And here's our 2nd chord. All we're going to do is remove our index finger and boom, we have its evil brother, E minor. Alright? Let's go back to E major. So whenever you're playing a chord, you want to check each string one by one to make sure it sounds crispy. A lot of the time when you're starting off, you'll hear strings that sound like this. And what's happening there is our fingers are kind of curling down and touching the string underneath and muting it. So they're blocking it, they're impeding the sound. So how you fix that is you curl your fingers up. Alright? So if my B string can't be heard, it might be I'm touching it. So I curl my fingers up. See that? I'm curling them up. Alright? Curl them up. and you get a better sound. And two super important things you need to do if you want to get a good sounding note on the guitar: press hard and push it forward. If you play in the backside, you'll hear this. Super buzzy. And that's the same for every fret. If I'm in the 3rd fret and I play in the back, buzzy. If I go front, nice. If I'm in the back of the 4th fret, sounds bad. Go forward, sounds good. So you always want to play in the front of the fret, even if it's one of these super thin ones. Let's say I'm on the 15th fret. If I'm in the backside, buzzy. Push it forward. Perfect. All right, so check each string one by one and make sure you press hard enough. Now, if you're in the front side of the fret and you're not pressing hard enough, it will sound thumpy. All right, all you have to do to fix that is easy: put enough pressure. All right, that's it. So those two things: press hard and put your fingers on the front of the fret. So we have E major, nice and bright, E minor, a little melancholic. All right, let's strum E major 4 times. Strumming means playing all the notes together. 1, 2, 3, 4. E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's remove it. All right, I hope you memorize the shape. We're gonna put it back on. Let's go back to E major. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Get there. Strum. All right, remove it. Let's go to E major again. Go. 1, 2, 3. Strum. All right. Now let's go to E minor. Just remove a finger. We're going to be using this E minor chord quite a bit. Let go. Let's try and go straight to E minor. Go. Boom. Again, remove it. Sorry, I was a bit quick there. Go. 1, 2, 3. Strum. Nice. All right, and that is your first guitar lesson. You have learned the parts of the guitar. You got your head, your what is this? Your neck. You got this. What's this called? Your body. What's this thing? This hole. Sound hole. What's the back over here? The bridge. And what's this thing in the front? What do squirrels like to eat? Nuts. These are your tuning pegs, in case I didn't mention them specifically. And these spaces in between, what are they called? Starts with an F. Fret not. These are your frets. Then we have the names of the strings. Say them with me. Eddie, 8, dynamite, good, by Eddie. E string, the low E. A, D, G, B, high E. All right, those are our strings. And then we have 2 chords. We have our E major and we have our E minor. And that is what you need to make some damage on. And that is all you need. And that is all you need to make some serious damage on the guitar. Included with perseverance, because when hard things come at you, if you run away, you won't get better. So I know your fingers might be feeling it from holding that E major and E minor, but man, we're going to feel it a little bit more as we start learning these extra chords. And don't shy away from it. Stay strong and push through the pain. Take breaks here and there, but your fingertips will eventually get stronger and harder. They'll become a bit calloused. But that can only happen if you keep doing it, if you keep pushing through. If you look at people go to the gym, you'll find that their hands over here are calloused because of lifting the weights. But that's the only way they'll be able to hold more weight, is if their hands are tough enough to bear the weight that they did before and the heavier weights they're going to go forward with. So calluses are our friends, all right? So it'll suck, but don't give up. That's the first hurdle people go through when it comes to playing the guitar. That's where most people quit, when they realize, this is too painful. And ladies, make sure you don't have fingernails like a falcon. Falcon nails are not gonna help us play the guitar. You gotta keep your nails short. My female students hate me for this, but it's a sacrifice we gotta make if we wanna play some beautiful music, all right? So keep those nails short, push through the pain, and I will see you in our next lesson. Bye for now. Peace out.